Hey everybody, it is Brittany with Scribbles by Brittany, and I'm bringing you some artwork today. I am doing this piece of artwork in koi watercolors. It's a pocket, they call it like a pocket palette, but this is a little bit bigger than a pocket palette, so the whole thing is, it's supposed to be a travel thing. These sponges are to clean your brushes in between, and it automatically comes with a water brush. Although I don't know what I did with this set, like the actual water brush, unless it was this one. No, this one's Faber-Castell. And then I know the other one. Okay, so it might be this one that came with the set. They tell you not to travel if there's water in it or in your water brush, because you can't really. Yeah. So I got this set like a few years ago because I wanted to experiment with some watercolor stuff, but at the same time, like, I wanted to purchase like a really decent set, like a decent pan set. And I think this was like $25 at the Hobby Lobby. And I was like, you know what? If I want quality artwork, I'm going to try and get some quality product. And I do have some paper towel over here just to kind of keep my brush like a little bit wet. I used it when I went up to Alaska and I made a piece of artwork for the Airbnb, or the Verbo host. She was absolutely a sweetheart, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make some artwork for her. And yeah, so I did get a chance to use it, and the colors were very, very vibrant. They were gorgeous. So now I'm trying to think of what I can do. I think this is black, or like a shade of brown. Okay, it is black. Okay. And I'm just gonna go right in. I did outline, and then I had I had done the pencil, and I've done the pencil, and then I erased all of my dark pencil marks. So, and the one thing that I always look at when I'm looking at watercolors is if it's going to give me a chalky residue after using them. And I think that's the difference between some pan palettes, like definitely the cheaper ones. Those will give you that really chalky texture that a lot of people do not like. I'm one of those people that absolutely do not like that. It feels weird on my hands. Like, unless you've experienced it, like, you would probably know what I'm talking about, or if you are looking for some watercolors out there that's yeah. So, and I don't really have much of an idea, other than I wanted to keep this spooky in theme for Halloween. This video is going to go up during the month of October. It's going to be part of the weekly videos that I'm doing in the month of October, because the month of October is spooky season, baby. And I hope that you guys are excited for spooky season as much as I am. So yeah. I don't know which week this video will be going up exactly, but I will work out those details when that moment comes. Ooh, I'm liking it. I'm really liking this. It's really cute so far. I really like the how vibrant the colors are. Like, even though I am just using black, it's very saturated, and it's probably because I'm not using too much water on the actual palette itself. And I wanted 2 water pens because I was not sure how often I was going to switch between like yellow and black, and I probably should have went with the yellow first, but I also didn't want my paper like super saturated with water. And I know a lot of people will spray their pan set and stuff, but I'm not really using a whole lot of colors in this today. Yeah, I am super duper excited. I don't know why. I'm just I'm super excited for the month of October. Like, I'm excited for fall. And I think it's because it's just been so hot in my house that I just feel like I have not been able to function. Like, just sitting. So, like, I tried to record a video earlier this week, and it was like 85 degrees in my house. And that's because my house does not hold, like, I have central air, but the central air does not work. And trying to get it fixed is like literally I have to redo the entire system. And I hate it. Like, they say good thing, they say it's a good thing when you're a homeowner, and that you're sitting on like an investment for your life, blah 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 blah. But what they don't tell you is the added cost to being a homeowner. I messed up. Oh well. So, and I'm just going to squeeze this black right out, right over here. But anyway, enough of my rant. I kind of want to do like a gray wash with that. So I think I'm going to... This is also a tray, like a mixing palette. And you just kind of pick it up and you smear with water. Because I kind of want to do it in gray. And I don't want it too dark, obviously. So the idea is to dilute it, like dilute the pigment and stuff. I should have some test paper so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like that. And it's probably going to smudge the pencil that I already have down. Which is okay, it's not that big of a deal. But I kind of want to work, like, if I dip my brush, I want to pull the pigment outwards instead of going right in the middle of it, only because I don't want like a big black splotch right in the middle. And I hope that makes sense. And I'm gonna kind of do this. I'm just kind of gonna go over everything. Just like that. And I'm not really squeezing the water brush. I'm just picking up this, whatever I have, and then I'm using it on the paper. Yeah, it's making my words disappear. Awesome. And that's just because I have water, which is not what I wanted it to do, is to pick up that, because I need to be able to see. I could have went with red too, but again, like, it's wet and I don't want that to mix, and then create like a weird, like, it wouldn't create a weird watercolor effect. It would just draw the eye funny, I guess. Like, yeah. This is kind of dark too, so I'm gonna. I must have used a lot of. Oh wait, I probably used this for the charcoal. Like, I have a charcoal pan set, I think is what it's called. Drink some iced coffee. I have that stupid song Pink Pony Club stuck in my head. It's driving me crazy. Like, really fucking crazy right now. Excuse my language, but that song just fucking gets on my nerves. And the worst part is that it's catchy, and that's why, like, it gets stuck in my head. Oh, why did I? Okay. That's gonna dry like that, hopefully. And yes, I am going in with the yellow right now. I kind of want to separate away from that just a little bit. And the good thing about watercolors is that they do kind of dry rather fast. So that's the big takeaway. And I know you're technically supposed to like layer up and all this other stuff, but I want to do some line work. Oh, look at that. Look how pretty it looks. Okay. And I kind of want to do this like a deep purple is what my brain is thinking. Deep purple, and then a red lined, and then this edge part black. Yeah, I think that will work. Like, the process in my head is there, and I'm hoping that it translates right on the paper. I'm so sorry if I do go quiet. You guys should know by now, like, once I get deep into thought, I I will go dead silent and you don't hear from me because I'm trying to, like, in my head I'm working out a process and, like, at the same time hoping that it works. And then I'm also trying to, like, have a steady hand. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, like, so at the moment that I am recording this, it is back in August when I am actually physically recording this. And I had started so I went back to my old plant for work because I was met with a lot of it was a very challenging supervisor. If you guys have listened to me rant in other videos before, but I have not posted them yet, my supervisor had been really, really challenging and hard to work with, and it got to the point where it was borderline discriminatory, and it wasn't fair. Like, just, and I'm not the type of person that is going to stand by and let people legitimately be abused by, having more work thrown their way. It's not fair. It's not right. And so it was, so I decided to remove myself from the situation. I had done whatever I could to remedy the situation by letting HR know. And that might be a clip for later. So I realized that it stopped recording pretty much right as I got done with the black outline. So it didn't see me put in the number 32 if you have this paint set, and then the number 22. Like, so I had done 32 up here, and then I had kind of done an ombre darker effect from the bottom to the top to allow some, like, shadow work. And I don't know why it shut off on me. Like, so one thing I don't like is the fact that, like, all of this stuff, there are some days where it just does not want to work. Okay. But yeah, so I started back over at my other plant. And honestly, like, just, I don't know. It's a lot. I think a lot of people are excited to have me back, and they realize what they had lost when they kind of pushed me out. Okay, again, I'm getting really irritated with the video footage because it done it again after like a minute and a half. So what I had done is I had taken a purple wash, and that's essentially putting pigment onto this palette, diluting it with water, and then using a really light version of that color, or a really diluted, or is it diluted? I don't know. And going in with just a wash to make it look like it's all one color. And then I decided to go in with these little details with the saturated color. Okay, I'm going to pick up kind of where I last left off when my video had cut to different areas. So it had cut when I had finished up the outline of the coffin before I had done the red and the pink. And I'll kind of insert the clips beforehand and like stuff like that. And then it cut out when I was doing the purple, the purple wash, and then it cut out whenever I had done the lines for the cushion part of the inside of the coffin, which I ended up getting extremely mad. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to leave it there and hope that, I'll come back to it and not get so mad, because I was getting really, really upset that my video stuff was not working, and hopefully that has changed at this moment. God, I'm really hoping it has, because I don't want to keep doing that. It's very, very annoying. So I'm just going to go in with black on the outside of, or well, not on the outside, but kind of the outside of these little flowers. And now the paper has kind of dried, so it's, it's a little wrinkly because I'm not using any type of like hot press. It's just mixed media paper. If you guys can't tell, I'm getting very aggravated with the whole recording situation, because every time I turn around, I'm having to restart and do a bunch of stuff, and it's done this before. And I'm trying to relax, and I'm trying to like center myself so I don't get mad. But I don't want another recap. I have like 2 or 3 already that I've done that are like a minute, 2 minutes long, and then it will shut off completely. Like, it'll shut the video recording off completely. So I'm just going to try and move along and hope that it stays recording. God, I'm so frustrated right now. So frustrated. I'm going to go in with this red and keep it kind of, I'm going to go back in and do some like darker areas without a whole lot of water right in here. Just to have that ombre, the ombre effect. And it's funny because like I had like a decent amount of videos and stuff on here, and I made sure that they all transferred and then deleted them and then started recording again, and it still would not. This purple right here. Come on, you little water. And I'm not trying to rush this video, because I want to make it I want to make it legit. I want to make sure that everybody's getting like the best video that I could put out, in the sense. But when you don't have working equipment, or your equipment decides to mess up, and you have technical issues, it becomes, oh shit, oh no, I can't believe I just did that. I just laid my hand right in that. So but when you're having technical issues because something's not recording, or like it adds to the frustration. Like, I know I need to get these videos for this year's Halloween season recorded and stuff like that, and I do have like technically like a month and a half to do it as of right now, but I don't want to push it out too much longer. Because at the same time, I kind of want these pictures to go up live on my Shopify for purchase. So that way, you guys, if you guys want to, you can check out my Shopify and you guys are able to purchase these pieces of artwork, and they are the originals that I'm working on YouTube. Like, you guys get to have a piece of my artwork in your home. That looks really cute. Okay. But it's just so frustrating because, like, I want to get these done. I don't want to hurry through them. But at the same time, like, I'm getting frustrated. And it's just, it's a big mess right now. Not like a big, big mess, but, it's just, I'm so frustrated. And I'm trying to maintain my cool. But I guess that's the most drama that I've had pretty much all week, is my camera messing up. Right? Oh shit, I almost had the wrong color. I don't know why, but like doing black petals or even just like the gray on these ones and then having the tips of them yellow would look really cool. I don't know, maybe. I'm trying to stick with a certain amount of colors so that way I don't overwhelm the artwork. And I really need to work on watercolors. In my opinion, I need to really hone in on the talent that watercolor artists use or have, and I want to maybe develop that skill just a little bit, because I've had your basic watercolor instruction. If that's the right word. And if you guys were here in the beginning, I kind of talked a little bit about my art, like the art instruction that I've received over the years. And in certain aspects, it had been very extensive. In other aspects, I could do purple or whatever color. Oh no, that's a blue. Well, it's a blue violet. What's the next one over? Is that a navy? Well, that's more like a teal. Okay, or like a, I don't know what you would call that. Oh no, what's this one? Is that brown? Nope, that's more gray, I think. Right? Yeah, that's more gray. You know what? I'll take it. Or is it more like a midnight blue? Ooh, a midnight blue would look really... Just a midnight blue looks really pretty. Oh no, I'm having like a bleed effect with the one color. Actually, I'm having a bleed effect with all of the colors because they're too wet. So, sorry. Yeah, so I really need to work on my watercolor skills a little bit more. I've had just the smallest amount of instruction from when I was like a teenager, early elementary with watercolors, and we used that Crayola 6 pan set that, or is it 8? It might be 8. It's either 6 or 8. All I know is that it came with white. Like there was ones that came with white, and then there was ones that did not come with white or black. So maybe it was, maybe I had both, but um but it's just so, I don't know. I don't want to say that, oh crap. I don't want to say that these are tricky because they're not tricky. It's just there's not, you can't do a whole lot with like detail and stuff. I mean you can, but the detail, if you choose to like outline something, that's where the detail comes in. So